Shout out to the two. Welcome back to the grid, man. We're back with another Fade podcast. Got another week talking about some NFL football coming off of the divisional round. Got a couple people with me, guy Iconic in the building with us as well. Iconic, what's going on with you, brother?
Nothing much, man. Appreciate you guys having me as always. You know, still feeling the effects, you know, the Ravens being eliminated from the playoffs.
I feel you, dog. I feel you.
But, you know, it was a good season, and, you know, definitely gonna look forward to next season. Hopefully, you know, it's a good game in the next games, but, you know, it is what it is. Always next year, right?
Hey, that's how it be, man. You know, sometimes, hey, life goes on.
Hey, man. Hey, a wise person life. Come on. I kind of, man, I'm glad you was able to join the couch party, man. I hope you brought some chips, some dip, you know. Put your coats in the closet, man. We have a good up party here. Some people, Dom, Zilla, they couldn't make it. You know, they was a little tired from last week, you know. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you joined the couch party, man. You know, watch Championship Sunday. I'm glad you joined it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Paige, what are we talking about today, man?
Really, you know, we got a couple things to talk about. We talk about some of these head coaching hires, but let's just get into the playoffs right now. The divisional round. We got Iconic in here, so look, I'm gonna swing it to him first and talk about the Ravens game. Iconic, man, take us through how you felt that Saturday and just the whole game, man. Like, how you feel, man?
Initially, I'm not even gonna cap y'all. I felt real confident. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Lamar had that playoff monkey off his back. You know, it seemed like Baltimore had a really nice game plan, running the ball, playing defense, traditional Ravens football, right? Mm-hmm. Then we get to the game. We had a nice drive down the field, as I expected, right? Mm-hmm. Then the one and only, Justin Tucker misses a field goal. Yep. And I don't know, y'all, when he missed that first one, I knew that things wasn't going to look good.
Certain kicker would have missed that. You know, the GOAT out of Vinatieri. Carry on, though.
Mason Crosby. What are you talking about?
What'd you say, kid?
Nothing, man. Go ahead.
He said Mason Crosby. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the GOAT kicker out of Vinatieri. Go ahead. Carry on, though.
Justin Tucker missed the field goal, and I'm like, okay, that's not good. It's going to catch up later. Hopefully, you know, defense can hold and the offense can move down the field and whatnot. So the defense is doing pretty good. Justin Tucker gets an opportunity to kick the field goal again, and he misses. As long as I've been a Ravens fan, as long as I've been watching Justin Tucker, as long as he's been a part of this organization, I've never seen him miss back-to-back.
Probably the first time.
And I tried to be, you know, confident in what happened, you know, trying to, you know, keep my hopes alive. But, you know, when Justin Tucker misses back-to-back, two of them, tremendously not a good sign. So fast forward, defense holds 3-3, you know. Lamar makes some pretty good plays to get them downfield or whatnot. Second half, the Bills scored a touchdown to Diggs. You know, I'm like, all right, Ravens just gotta, you know, do what they gotta do. The offensive line been struggling the whole game, whatnot. Then I know you guys are all waiting for Lamar throws that awful pick six.
Oh, throwing pick sixes.
There we go.
Oh,
throw it from the car.
Yo, that was an awful play. Like I don't know. I would love to make excuses, you know, for him because, you know, that's my boy. But that was awful. And that literally was the end of the game. Like, because they would have to drive to go downfield once again. And, you know, as I stated before, the offensive line issues with long snapping the ball. And then Lamar gets hurt. Shout out to Huntley. You know, he stepped up in a big situation almost.
He looked good.
Huh?
I said he looked good.
Yeah. So overall, the Bills were the better team that night. A lot of mistakes made. I know a lot of people want to blame Lamar. Honestly,
I mean, it was his fault, but go ahead.
I know a lot of people want to blame Lamar, and I can respect that. I don't think it's all his fault. I think the offensive line played very, very poorly. I think a lot of the wide receivers really wasn't getting separation except for Hollywood. Justin Tucker missing back-to-back kicks.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a really,
It's sad when your best player ain't up to par. It's sad when your best player ain't up to par. Go ahead.
So now we're out the playoffs waiting, and we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do. We let go of RG3. Shout out to him, man. He's a super cool dude. And we let go of Mark Ingram, super cool dude. Really good player.
Y'all let go of Mr. Big Truck.
He'll be in Pittsburgh. Don't worry, boy. He'll be in Pittsburgh.
No, he won't.
Yes, he will. Y'all need a running back, right? He'll be in Pittsburgh. He'll be in Pittsburgh.
He ain't going to Pittsburgh. Sir,
Okay.
we ain't going to go get scrapped.
He's not going to Pittsburgh. He's not going to be in Pittsburgh.
He's not going to Pittsburgh. He's not going to Pittsburgh.
All right.
Uh-oh.
The glass is shattered. Go ahead.
I see Hampton here. He's another Ravens fan, so let's see what he thinks.
What's the topic?
So we talk about the Ravens game.
And what about it?
Oh, we was giving Iconic his thoughts, him being a Ravens fan. Yeah, it is him.
Is that Mr. Hamilton?
Couldn't wait, huh?
But yeah, man, y'all got rid of Huntley, y'all got rid of Ingram. Ham, you joined it, man. I know you say it ain't gonna be long so give us your Ravens fans' perspective of the game and everything.
I thought the game was going pretty well. It was a defensive game. I be saying this shit excuse my language. I be saying it all the time.
Say that shit all the time,
Huh?
I said say that shit all the time,
Yeah. Everybody want defensive game till one happened and it's boring.
Yep.
Y'all used to 50-50. Ain't nobody stopping nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You get a defensive game and then you wonder what's going on. It was just a good game.
Just like the Patriots Rams Super Bowl.
We should have scored twice, but we did. We wasn't good enough.
Don't do that.
We weren't good enough that day. I rock with the Bills.
So Iconic said the game was pretty much over once Lamar threw that pick six. Do you believe that?
No, not at all. Not at all. If you look back at the game, they weren't like completely shutting us down. They had more trouble than we did. The best passer in that game threw the ball 40 times and had the same stats Lamar did, but ain't nobody talking about it.
That's true.
And did Stephon Diggs had half the yards?
Huh? Yeah, he had 100 yards.
He had half of
Most of
Josh
it
Allen.
came, what, in the second half?
But I thought at full strength, y'all the top thing in AFC.
They just didn't punch it in the red zone, and then it came back to bite them. That's all it was.
Yeah, they can't.
It was everybody. People gamble all the time. It just didn't pay.
So you telling me the MVP couldn't even put up 10 points? I thought y'all could score.
You telling me that the saver for the Steelers?
I thought y'all could score. What did I tell? No, go ahead, Ham. Go ahead. This your team. Go ahead.
Nah, I mean he wasn't. I mean y'all, you acting like he played bad. Outside of the pick, to me he was outperforming Josh Allen, who was playing at home in the win. He's used to it. But like I said, we've been watching the game in Discord. I'm not gonna knock him for that game because he was playing a very good secondary.
Hey, boy, mute while you ain't talking because we can hear you driving.
All right, go ahead. On my fault.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna knock Josh Allen. I will say he threw the ball 40 times. So for everybody that's sitting up here saying that, it was a whole conversation for about 15 hours yesterday about how Lamar needs to throw better.
Talk about that.
But I mean, the guy that everybody picked as should have been number 3 in the MVP race because he was throwing so well, he threw worse than Lamar did. They just won.
I will say this too. I think I agree. I don't think Lamar played a bad game. I will say that everybody around him wasn't playing as good as they needed.
I won't say everybody. The run wasn't as good as it normally was, but I mean the Bills' defense is pretty solid. Hollywood showed up. Hollywood was hot for like the last 7 games, so Hollywood was there. Mark Andrews, he's
how long?
We getting there. I think we getting there. He don't show up in them big games that Lamar keep getting blamed for. So whereas Lamar could play better, ain't nobody saying nothing about Mark Andrews, who a lot of people have top 5 tight end in the league. So
Mm-hmm.
he has to show up as well. That's Lamar's favorite target, his most trusting target. That's the reason he threw that pick, because you try to throw in those tight windows to guys you trust.
Who called it him? Who called it before the play was snapped?
What do you mean?
In Discord, who called that?
What, the interception?
That he was going to throw to Andrews.
That he was going to go to him because that's the red zone threat.
Nah,
So
I called it. I told you that.
I think that he called it. You called it. But my thing is, I mean, had he connected on the pass, we'd be having a different conversation. But it is what it is. It wasn't. He took a gamble, and I'm not mad at him taking that throw. That's not really where we lost it. Didn't Andrews drop the touchdown pass at the end of the game? He dropped a few passes when Lamar was still playing. He doesn't show up when they need him. He didn't show up against Pittsburgh the first time. He didn't play the second time. He didn't show up against Kansas City. He didn't show up against the Patriots. So
I think that, not to cut you off, I think that's more of a product of, and I agree to an extent that Andrews doesn't show up, but I do think, because of the lack of weapons on the outside, I do think sometimes Andrews is like double covered, and the main priority.
I think it's some of that. I'll buy some of that. I think another thing that happened was that, like, we'll talk about Uncle Shannon. That's my dog, but he was on a different planet yesterday. He was saying that what happened to the MVP from last year, and then I went and looked. His numbers are damn near the same as last year. He threw 10 less touchdowns. That's the main difference. Like, his passing numbers, he threw for 350 yards less than he did last year. I mean, he's on pace. His percentages are right around the same. Like, they've been talking. Shannon been talking about his percentage all year. His percentage for the year was 64% completions. That's pretty damn good. So, I mean, for what he's working with, the other thing to go on with that is that we were a 3 tight end team, 3 very good tight ends. We lost 2 of those guys. So now it was more pressure on those receivers to step up, and I don't think we're there yet. That's why he tried to make it seem like Ravens fans only want to talk about needing a number 1 wide receiver when he's played bad. We've been saying he needed a number 1 receiver since last year. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure where that narrative is coming from, that we just started. We only talk about it when he loses. That's not true. And so, it is what it is, though. They're gonna say what they want to say. I said it when he went on that streak. He plays well, they're gonna find something else to talk about. He won his playoff game, that they said he couldn't do. They're gonna find something else to talk about. It is what it is.
I mean, outside looking in, I'm not a Ravens fan, but outside looking, this is my whole thing. This is what I was trying to tell Boyd. I was trying to tell Boyd this. I'm like, look, when it comes to these hiring, they need to change the offensive coordinator, man. Because the offense is now, bro. You gotta, like, damn near. I ain't gonna say you gotta be innovative or anything like that, but you got
motion, like lot of motion stuff.
You gotta switch it up now. And like I said, only like a handful of teams can run that offense where you just hiking the ball and you like pre-snap. Like, those some older guys, I ain't talking about nobody's, football IQ or anything like that. But like, Brady and Breeze, them older guys, they can go out there and just say, all right, just snap the ball and I'm gonna find an open man right away. And sometimes it don't always work like that. And so
then that's another thing with those older receivers that are more pocket passers anyways.
Right.
They have to be a little more intelligent with the ball, whereas the mobile guy can be a little more innovative.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's just the difference in gameplay. Plus, with those older guys, they got that leeway and that IQ to say, okay, well, those receivers are playing 15 yards off when we on 3rd down. So I'm going to hot route that guy, and I'm just going to get you the ball out. We're going to snap and get it out. I don't think Lamar is there yet.
Do they let Lamar do that?
I don't think so. I think he gets – I think he gets leeway with play selection. Like, he might get the way Roman is saying is he'll send a play in and he'll send it with like an alternate play. If it's this, call this. But if you don't, if you're not getting the look, if you got too many in the box, check to this. That might be 1 or 2 plays, but they might both be read option.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't think he's got that leeway and that leverage in the offense yet. And I mean, I don't know if that's what it is, and I'm not saying it's on him or the OC. I just think at this point, you know, you're gonna have to do something, because it seems like there was a stat that said that every time he's been given the full control of the offense, like in the 2-minute drill or on fourth down, when they decide they want to punt and they change it up, like he usually gets the first down, and that's all Lamar making those decisions. So I don't know if they need to give him more leeway with the playbook or what.
So you're saying like they call it like 2 plays, but they both the same play, like read option, like.
I don't know. That's what I think it is, because if it were me and I sent in 2 plays, they have to be relatively close to the same, because it depends on who's in the set.
Sound like Bruce Arians and Tom Brady, you know, early on when he kept doing deep passes. Okay.
Yeah. So if I'm in a 3-receiver set, I can't call the spread formation play call the same one. So it might be something similar to what it is. Like if the box is jammed, we might check to a power read option, where we pull 2 guards one way, but the read is there to pull it and take off on that backside. And that's been working against a lot of teams this year. But teams that got good linebackers that stay at home, they don't always work like that. So that's just, it is what it is. Yeah,
looking at the game from a non-bias, from just a fan perspective, because, you know, I'm on the couch looking with y'all now. But just watching that game, to me, it just seemed like it again, the thing that y'all been saying the whole year, the offense kind of got stale. It wasn't like, okay, they stopped this, let's change it up. It was just like, all right, we're going to keep doing this and keep doing this. And like I kind of said, everybody didn't play great. You know, like, I'm not going to say Lamar played great, but he didn't play as bad as people wanted to think it is. It's some stuff.
Yeah, they were. I feel like everybody has been saying that Josh Allen is the guy, because that's the hot take right now. Josh Allen played well. He played way better.
Anyone. That's it.
Huh?
I say anyone, because that Lamar would have won. We not having this conversation.
Right, and it's a whole different conversation. And then, you know, his like, Josh Allen had a hell of a year, but it's a huge jump from this year to last year and the year before. Like everybody. So one thing that Shannon keeps doing is he keeps talking about, look at Allen's progression from year 1 to now. His progression is from year 2 to 3. 1 and 2 wasn't that much different. He was better because it was his second year. This year was a huge jump, and it's pulling up the grade of the curve for the 3 years.
That's when you ask Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, and
he got to get a number. With a number 1, bro. You got to see that.
Real.
Yeah.
So,
but
Shannon is trying to make it seem like a number 1's not gonna make a difference, and he's also trying to make it seem like receivers don't want to come and play for Baltimore, which I buy some of that too. But
think so?
I think there's some truth to that, but I think it's gonna take an actual number 1 coming there to prove it, because I mean, our receiver core compared to Josh Allen's is Miles Boykin, Snead, and Hollywood, compared to a Diggs, Cole Beasley, and John Brown. It's not
revenge game. John Brown, I told you.
What now?
Revenge game, John Brown. I told you.
He keeps talking about revenge. John Brown been gone 2 years.
Diggs opens up that offense for them, bro.
Mm-hmm. They ran the ball 2 times in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't trying to run the ball, and they were struggling throwing the ball. So, I mean, it is what it is. You throw the ball 40 times, and you got that set up, and that's your offense, and you playing at home. The win shouldn't be a problem for you. I just think he's playing against a good defense.
Yep.
He didn't make many mistakes either. I'll say that.
Hey, you know it's crazy. I found myself defending Lamar the other day. It sounds crazy. Yeah,
really?
Because I'm like, I got you. I'm about to just beat couch potato. Now, I sat there and I'm like, Lamar don't throw 400, 500-yard games. He doesn't do that. He give you a great 200, 250 with 100 yards rushing. I'm like, that's what he basically does.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. The defense did great, but y'all knew what this game was gonna be. This was gonna be one of those games where it wasn't gonna be a lot of points scored.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, you just gotta lean on everybody else. Like Lamar just can't do it by himself just yet. But when I saw his stats, I'm like, that's a Lamar game.
Right.
It's a little lower.
I feel
Well, that's
like
the Lamar game. Like, y'all can get mad.
a lot of people
like,
that do a lot of the talking, they don't really watch Baltimore. Because if you at NFC, if you any team in the AFC North, you know what to expect. A 200-yard pass and 150-yard rushing game, which is a 350 to 400-yard passing game for any other quarterback. When it comes down to it, and they win games. But like you said, Patriots have been saying it all year. Like you just sometimes you don't need the quarterback to be the hero. You just need him to make the throw.
I'm gonna be scared of Lamar when he started reaching that 300 mark. That's when I'm like, all right, he takes over the AFC. But until then, he can't. Like, these are the type of games where you like, dude, I really need you to catch the fucking ball. Like, if Andrews is your best guy and y'all don't have no faith in nobody else, maybe that's why wide receivers ain't going there, because they see it's a tight end paradise. Why would I come here? I ain't gonna get no touches.
And then I think that's where it comes back to the coaching IQ a little bit and the OC and the offense. Like, there's plays where we're watching the game in Discord, and I'm just like, we're watching Lamar just looking. You your offensive line has been playing bad all year. They've been banged up. They've been hurt. They on the run, they're okay. Like, in the past, you don't have any time. So, like, that offense goes with whatever Lamar can squeeze out of it sometimes. And it's sometimes it's just like, how the hell did he even make that play? Because he should have never got that off. He should have never made that pass. And then you look at the receivers, and they're all running streaks. It's like four birds.
You sound like what kid?
Old Packer offense.
I think.
Oh man, Connor McCarthy.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of narratives that's being pushed, about Lamar and receivers, not wanting to come to play to Baltimore. I do agree, if you're a wide receiver and you come to Baltimore, you are going to be expected to block a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where. What do you want? Do you want a Randy Moss or do you want a Hines Ward? Ain't too many Hines Wards around here. No, everybody trying to, get off those streaks. So what we doing here?
And we don't want. I don't think we need a top off the defense guy. We have that. Like, when they're able to move Hollywood around, especially in the slot, and just let him route people up sometime and get those 15, 20-yard catches and then do something else with it, that's when he's the best. Put him on the outside and just saying, run a post route when nobody else is getting separation, that's not going to work.
Yeah, so, I got a couple things real quick, and then we're gonna wrap up. So first thing I would like to say, never compare Justin Tucker to Adam Vinatieri again. The ghost not missing those kicks in the playoffs.
Damn, you gonna go like that? That was a windy ass game, G. I'm gonna give Tucker some kudos. That was a windy ass game.
He know.
Look, all I know is Adam Vinatieri making his playoff kicks. That's all I know.
I say this. My favorite part of that game was when he missed that kick. His face, when they zoomed in on his face after he missed it, he was like, "How in the hell? There's no way I just missed that." And
because
that was the highlight of the game to me was his.
Look,
even he couldn't believe he missed it.
You talk about when Adam Vinatieri made a game-winning kick in the snow, but carry on. But
the snow and the wind ain't the same.
The snow and the wind, it don't matter. It don't matter. Carry on. And Vinatieri better. But last thing before I kind of get ahead before we move on. Realistically, if there's one receiver that you can get, whether it be trade or free agency, and realistically, so let's not say like DeAndre Hopkins or like Devontae Adams, something like that, but like realistically, a receiver out there, who would you want the Ravens to go get?
Allen Robinson.
I'll go get Julio.
Somebody want no Julio, bro.
I was thinking, if they really trying to sell Julio, man, I would try to pull the trigger and get him. I'm not even gonna cap.
Don't get Julio. Listen, y'all know my motto. Get y'all a playoff receiver, bro. Allen Robinson, he'd be what, 20?
I like Allen Robinson. I don't think we can. I think our cap is just tight right now.
They're gonna have to figure that out.
Y'all just those magic juju people who make all y'all cap just disappear.
Huh?
What you say?
I didn't hear what he said.
I don't know. He said something about Juju. I was just gonna say I just let $5 million go from Mark Ingram.
That ain't.
Yeah, I mean, just go get. Hey, I would go get Julio if I was the Ravens.
Julio's not gonna solve them problems, bro.
It's not. I don't think it. I think it'll help. I don't think it's gonna solve the problem. I think for the age and what he can do in that offense, I think that's a good option, and that's why I'm glad that that's not my career choice in making those kind of decisions on how you can move that cap around, because they got a lot of moving pieces right now. I think Ngakoue is going to get tagged. They're going to let Judon walk. And
what you mean?
Bowser. Don't do that. You was in the Discord when I was in there losing my mind.
He's a playoff receiver, bro, man. Get open in the playoffs. I need that. That's what I want on my team, man.
Yeah, for sure. So, they got to get a new offense and everything, new offensive coordinator, probably fire Greg Roman, get Adam Gase out there available.
What y'all waiting on, man?
Yo, if a whiteout was to win,
I don't know what they're going to do.
Baltimore. That's all I'm saying.
The only couple points that I have left is I thought it was funny watching Kid tweet during the game, because he was just like, he said at one point, he said, bro, this offense really is completely dependent on Lamar.
Are carrying them, bro.
And that's all I be trying to tell people. I said you can only do so much.
Right.
So at this point, it is what it is. The man killed himself because the center can't get the snap right. I mean, what else you want to happen?
It was the win, Ham.
Hold on,
it was the win, Ham.
Snaps? Oh, you like the feeling, huh?
I don't think it was the
like
win.
bad
They were
snaps?
having a long snap an entire season. I don't know if it was just the win with that.
It was all bad. I think.
Oh, man.
Damn, them football guys.
I'm going to say them football guys came for him, kid. Them football guys came for him.
How? It wouldn't have been
the fumble snap with Marquise Pouncey that you was making fun of Boyd with. Oh, man. Say it ain't so.
I never even said anything about the snap. I
said
everything else, though.
Say it ain't so, kid. The football guy. I ain't know the football guys was like, I forgot about that kid name.
The only other point I have is that Kid did make a good point. Anthony Lynn is still out there, so if we're gonna make the move.
I told all of them. Will get your team killed.
Adam Gase still out there. What you mean?
Watch him now.
Look,
I'll cry.
Look, you can't be. Your offense can't be based off improvising. You can't be improvising all the time, bro. That's tough.
It's not supposed to be. That's just how it looks
like that. We got away with that for so long down here in Green Bay, bro. Until we brought in LaFleur, brought that scheme in. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you said the LaFleur championship. Shut up, like here.
That's fucking saying scheme. There ain't no scheme,
bro. Don't down my coach, bro.
Speaking of your coaching, kid, I was actually about to segue over there because this ain't a Ravens podcast. We talk about all the NFL teams, so enough of the Ravens love. Let's go talk about the Packers, kid. You did just stream on it today. Just talk about that game, man.
I mean, look, good game from the Rams. All respect to those boys. You know what I'm saying? I will say this. I wasn't sure how the game was going to go in the beginning. I didn't want my team to get caught up in the media narrative. The whole Ramsey versus Adams thing. Because in the back of my head, I'm like, bro, I hope they don't try to force the Adams just to prove a point.
We saw pregame.
And see, that's what like, oh man, these dudes going back and forth. I'm like, man, I hope they ain't gonna try to force that. But they did. They followed their game plan. I said, look, they do what they supposed to do. They go in there, do their game plan. They'll be fine. I wasn't worried about Donald being 60% better than anybody on the Packers defense. With Kenny Clark outplayed him. But anyway, good game, man. This a good game.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? This a good game overall. I had no issues with it. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. So
are we bragging about outplaying a guy with a carless rib?
No, sir. Listen, I tried to tell y'all this. Last week.
If you were drafting tomorrow, would you take Kenny Clark or AD?
I'm gonna take Aaron Donald.
Okay then.
However, I tried to tell y'all this last week. The man is injured. Oh, it don't matter. I take an injured Aaron Donald over anybody on the Packers defense.
I would take it.
I still would
over a Kenny Clark right now.
Hey, look. All respect to Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, all respect to that brother. Listen,
I feel what you're saying, Ken. I'm just telling you right now. Aaron Donald could be in surgery right now. They'd be like, you got to pick him or Kenny Clark. I'm like, Aaron Donald, hey, take this out of me real quick.
Listen, I trust in my O-line, man. Look, they got a first team all pro on the offensive line too, and Corey Linsley, and they got another guy, Elton Jenkins, who held his own one-on-one on Donald.
Wait, he made all pro?
Corey Linsley did.
No. You said we had another one.
Jenkins. No, he didn't make all pro, but I mean, he was all over the line that he wasn't going. I don't think they was going to put him in one spot.
Oh, I thought you said he made all pro.
Jenkins feeling like hot shit because he stopped to injure Donald.
Sorry.
Oh, great.
That was going to happen. But he was a Pro Bowler, though. He made the Pro Bowl. Elton Jenkins made
we got some. Okay, all right.
O-line is different, sir. Come on.
No. It's cool. It's cool. I like that.
Cash, what are you talking about?
No, Pro Bowls matter. I got you.
Sir, it's his first one. It's a whole lot. Come on, bro.
Pro Bowls matter. Nobody knows offensive linemen. I respect that.
Anyway, I ain't like it.
Nah, it's cool. I respect it.
Yeah, respect it. Yeah. I mean, look, they do what they supposed to do. And I said the same thing going into next week. They do what they supposed to do. I ain't worried about it. I'm good.
Anyways, watch this game. Yeah, I figured the Packers going to win this. I said before they should win this convincingly, especially with Aaron Donald. He wasn't 100%, but I felt like he still can make a little bit of an impact. He said during the week he ain't feel no pain. I knew that was a lie. In the show. Yeah, that was a lie. He played 50% of the snaps. He couldn't go out there. Also, too, people ain't talking about it, but the Rams ain't have Cooper Kupp either. That's a big blow to the offense of the Rams. But hey,
you know why I say it wouldn't matter? Because they would have been going on one side to feel like they did last game. It's been a target going at Kevin King.
Shut up.
It wouldn't matter, bro. I'm telling you.
It would. But the Rams defense, I mean, without Aaron Donald and everything, I don't know what was happening because I was like, all right, Rodgers is going to throw for 300, 400 yards. Okay. And then they gave him like 20 yards to the ground. I was like, all right, well, this defense just ain't going to do nothing. And the defensive coordinator got a head coach job after that, which is crazy. But, Packers played well. Aaron Rodgers looked efficient. Thought it was funny that he didn't call the coverage, quote unquote. That's what he says, but he damn near called the coverage. That was kind of.
Are you trying to downplay what my guy said?
No, he said I didn't call the coverage, but if that's what you want to believe, that's what he said.
Come on, that Lazard play.
Yeah,
you said talking about the smirk.
Yeah, yeah. He talking about I didn't. He's like, nah, I didn't know I was call the cover. I said, yeah, okay. Keep lying.
That boy something else, dog.
Yeah, over there faded on Pat McAfee's. Yeah. I'm gonna need a drug test before and after the game for Sunday, sir.
Don't worry about it.
But nah, that game could have been worse though because Alan Lazard dropped the deep pass. But I mean, Ham, what you think about that game though? Packers Rams.
I thought it would have been better.
Ham picked Rams. That was his pick.
I definitely picked the Rams. The Packers showed up. It is what it is. They won the game. Now we probably gonna mess around and have to watch the All-State Bowl. Nobody want to watch that.
Hey, he's on State Farm.
I'm hoping for it. We'll see.
You know it's crazy too, Ham. I should have known something was up. As soon as Lil Wayne said he dropped the song, I said, "Oh, I know something up now."
Hey, I ain't even gonna lie to you. If they would have lost, I had some tweets loaded up for kids.
Look at this. What you mean?
The coach too busy trying to get an exclusive track.
Before trying to get a feature, trying to get a feature
on that thing, didn't he?
All right. He said, Wayne, go ahead, make sure you drop my name.
Trying to get a Super Bowl bonus track. Get him out of here.
Hey man, you see this man? Look at this. This is disgusting in Green Bay.
Happened to be a rapper, bro. He just made a song about his
yeah,
what they did what they supposed to do. They got a real shot to go to the Super Bowl. They got to get past Brady though.
Yeah. Well, before we get to that, man, what you think about that Rams Packers game?
I thought it was gonna be a lot closer than it was. Packers looking like they coming out the NFC.
Talk about it. I can't talk about it.
Yo, that dude Devontae Adams, man.
Playoff.
Yo, he's something, man. And I wouldn't even be mad if Packers fans felt that he might end up being better than Jordy Nelson.
I mean, we already got him there.
They don't respect history. Hey, according to Packers fans, he better than Sterling Sharp. That's what I heard. They said he's better than Sterling Sharp. That's what I saw on the TL the other day.
Look, I didn't really like Sharp like that. So, I'm just,
I just hope that they.
I'm just saying. He said he's better than Sterling Sharp. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I ain't gonna argue it.
Respect your history, sir. I'm sorry. I kind of go ahead.
Nah, but they look real good, man. Kid and all the other Packers fans should be really proud. Just watching their offense, especially compared to ours, is like.
All right, man. We all right, you can't come back on the podcast. Nah. We can't. I'm joking. Go ahead. I'm done.
It's so much better, like and me coming from a diehard Ravens fan, like it's just. It is.
Add on to that iconic, we have a 5th round receiver out there and an undrafted free agent receiver out there. Carry on.
Man, he's been doing it for years.
And we got an undrafted free agent tight end out there as well. Carry on.
Brady been doing it for years, but carry on.
You know what I see? I see a top 5 wide receiver out there cooking. That's what
You talking about the best receiver in the game? I got you. Hell.
Second best. I go with that.
Who? Second best? Hell, I don't even give him that.
Listen.
You got to put him at second best.
Hell no. I got it.
Who else not named Hop do you have in front of Adam?
Hopkins.
The guy in Kansas City, the cheetah.
Tyreek?
No. Yes.
No, I take Devontae.
I'm taking Tyreek.
I take Devontae before I take Tyreek.
Player.
I'm taking Adams over Tyreek too.
I'm taking Tyreek. I'm taking Reek.
Bro.
I'm taking Hop because Hop cook with anybody.
What you mean? I'm just talking. I said this before the season. I take Tyreek. That's why I had Tyreek in my top 5.
You was wrong then. Still wrong.
He sounds right there. Go ahead. Carry on.
Tyreek. Do Tyreek cook when Mahomes ain't playing?
Yeah. When he out there, he was.
Do he? Was he cooking in them 5 games last year?
Well, he was hurt for like 3 or 4 of them. So
no. Was he cooking, sir? Yes or no?
I'm saying he only played like 1 game without Mahomes last year because he was hurt too as well. That's what I'm saying. Like how is he supposed to cook with one? He only got 1 game out there. Like how is he supposed to cook?
I feel like anybody can go in that offense and cook as long as Mahomes throwing that bitch. For whatever reason,
that Big Ben, bro.
His arm blessed by the Greek guys because his.
Is it him?
Dropped every time.
Is it him or is it that
Big Red
system?
Nah, I just think he got some of the craziest luck I ever seen. So
you saying it's that system?
And that ain't even talking about the love they be getting from the stripes. Every time. That's why I watch that game. Every time I watch them, something crazy happens.
Since we talk about Big Red, we don't need to talk about the Packers no more. Let's talk about Big Red, man.
I ain't never seen Russ freeze a kicker. That's a new one.
That was wild.
You saw that too.
That's worse than the Lambeau Leap.
Sir, ain't no Lambeau leaping. Y'all gotta
So boy, let me get your opinion because I know we kind of ran past the Pack and everything. Your team lost to the Browns and everything. You saw them against the Chiefs. Talk about that game. How'd you feel?
Fucking reality set in. Baker game made big plays, and that run game looked awesome. Now, I'm gonna say this: the Browns is better than I expected. But you know, Baker didn't play bad. I'm not gonna say he played bad, but when you got Mahomes out the game and you got the ball back in your hands,
yeah,
you gotta win a game. You gotta win a game.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Have no excuse. Only the running the ball is only gonna do so much. It's like, come on, man. I need a big 30-yard play so we can tie this game up. But you know, hey, shit happens.
Yeah, that pretty much what I agree to. I mean, I think Baker didn't play bad. I think he played pretty decent, but the timely throws to get that first down, or when Mahomes out the game, you gotta win that game because I think they were down 1 possession when Mahomes went down and they had the ball. You got to convert that drive.
It was down like 4. They could have took the
lead. Dude, they had all the momentum. It's like, come on now, Kareem Hunt out there balling his ass off, just balling, and I'm like, Baker, all you gotta do is make just 2 good plays and get y'all in the end zone. It's not hard. Everybody catching, especially Austin Hooper, which I'm very upset he's still on the Browns. But, come on, man. You had Big Red down. You was going to make the AFC North, but, reality set in. The whole AFC North out with the Steelers, and it's beautiful.
So let me ask y'all this because it was a play in the end of the first half, I should say. Baker threw it to Rashard Higgins, wide open slant route. He going to the touchdown. He extends the ball, gets hit by Sorensen. He got hit in his head, but it really was a helmet to helmet. Lost the ball in the end zone. It was a touchback. A lot of people talk about they should change the rule. Do y'all feel like that rule should be changed? That if you fumble in the end zone, it shouldn't be a touchback?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do not change that rule.
A lot of people didn't. I didn't know that people didn't even know that was a rule. Like it was online. It didn't know that was a thing.
It rarely happens. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of tough throwing a fumble in the end zone. I mean, no, I keep it the same just because.
If you ask me again right after it happened to my team, I'll probably give you a different answer.
Right.
That's about the consensus.
I wouldn't.
I feel like the rule for the touchdown to occur is so easy. Like any part of the ball just has to touch across the front of the line
or touch the pylon.
Another reason why a lot of coaches tell you not to extend the ball.
Not a lot of coaches. Only one coach. Only one coach does that in the NFL.
Watch your mouth.
Only one coach in the NFL. What you mean?
Watch your mouth.
What you mean?
Anyway, most coaches at all levels don't like when you reach the ball out because anything can happen. And then I also don't think it was a helmet to helmet. I don't think you can make that call because when they slowed it down, it looked like he led with the shoulder anyways. But both guys were diving into the ground. I don't know what you expect to happen.
Yeah.
Like if you don't make the play, it's a touchdown.
It's literally like I don't. Some of these helmet to helmet calls is just I don't understand.
Nature of the game.
I play an action. Well, I seen a screenshot. Somebody who said, he didn't even have his arms extended. It said he clearly went head first. That's what I seen on the timeline. But that was a screenshot though. He said if you look at where his hands is at, he said he wasn't even leading with his hands. He said he had his hands on his sides. He was leading with his head. But if y'all saying I can see that then. I don't know.
I told you before when you try to put that screenshot with the Packers offense there, defense. I told you stop doing them screenshots. Do the whole video. Kept telling you the screenshots is false. They be lying. I never forget what I said. Huh?
I don't know, dog.
Yeah, screenshot. Yeah, and it's a screenshot where people try to put the James White touchdown with the Falcon Super Bowl said his knee was down before he crossed the plane, and this was after he already crossed the plane. I ain't trying to hear that.
Didn't even review it, bro. They was trying to get up out of there.
Nah, but hey, Ham, all I gotta say is you said ask me if my team did that. I wouldn't because at least I don't know about y'all, but my coaches preaches you get benched for that. Belichick has benched players for extending the ball at the pylon. Like that's a no. And Devin McCourty even tweeted it out. He said literally everybody and like other Patriot players who played on the Belichick literally said Bill Belichick having a fit right now on film. He said he would have a fit in film. He'll be cuss you on the sideline because that's what he preaches. Because it's no point of extending the ball. What you say?
I said, I can see why, because if you look back at it, it cost him the game.
But Bill Belichick always says the risk outweighs the reward because, all right, we didn't get it. Unless it's fourth down. You don't get it here. All right, we at the fucking inch line. Let's just get on the next time. Like, don't worry about that. So
that's 100% correct. You're right.
So
that trying to play heroes instead of playing smart.
I know
heroes.
I know.
And so people complain about this rule. Like, what else is the defense supposed to do? You want to not penalize the offensive player for fumbling the football. Because people saying...
I seen somebody say they wanted the offense to get it back on the 20. What?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then somebody said, well, just make it a fourth down. What? It gives... Because that's a field goal.
Okay, the rule is the same if you fumble it in the end zone and the defense recovers it on the ground. It's an automatic touchback. What's the difference?
And yeah, somebody said it should be a clear recovery. So you want to play after the whistle? After it goes out of bounds? Like...
That's the rule, and it happens so rarely that like you're gonna change the rule and see it used. I don't think it happens enough for them to even consider changing it.
Look, if it happens,
I don't really have a problem with
the team that they want to. Let's say, for instance, like the whole overtime rule changed. I think after Peyton lost. I think it was somebody lost. Some quarterback lost. They didn't get the ball back, and they said, we got to have the quarterbacks get the ball back.
You talk about Mahomes? Talk about Mahomes lost to Brady?
No, that was before. No, the overtime rule changed before then. It had to be like after Peyton had lost. I think he didn't get the ball back in overtime. Somebody lost in overtime. They get the ball back.
You talk about the field goal. You talk about the field goal rule. You talk about the field goal.
Yeah.
I thought you was talking about the new one. That
somebody big, bro. That's gotta happen like Mahomes or somebody for them. Like, all right, we got.
No, that's what I'm saying. They changed the rule. Like
Yeah. Or like when Rodgers got hit, they say, all right, y'all can't drive quarterbacks into the ground no more. That's
because the touchdown doesn't win you the game automatically no more, right?
Right. No, the field goal don't.
No, okay. So they didn't change that rule. Oh, they was close to changing that rule, didn't they?
Yeah, they tweaked the field goal. I mean, the touchdown is a touchdown. That's the game, but you get a field goal.
Oh, because they were okay. I got confused because they were talking about changing the rule to both teams getting it because after the AFC Championship when Mahomes ain't touch it.
No, they started talking about that. After Rodgers won't get the ball, which I understand.
Man, you had 60 minutes, man. You better win that joint. You better win that joint within them 60 minutes. That's what I gotta say. Anyway, moving on from that, let's talk about the one more game this past week, and then we can continue with a couple of the coach hirings and then finish up. Brady, Breeze, two of the 40-plus-year-old quarterbacks now. I just like to say this to Saints fans. Every year, like, why do y'all do this to yourself? You work yourself up every year, and then you just get disappointed and start crying. Now, I've seen some people, kid was involved in it. talking about get that old man up out of there. And all I replied to him and just said, which old man were you talking about? Because it sounded like you talking about Breeze.
No. You waited till after the game was over. Stop it. Stop. That don't count.
This is my team. I just had a question.
Nah. You can't wait till after the game, bro.
I just had a question. Which old man were you talking about? Mm-hmm. Because one person looks like he's 41. The other one looks like he about 30, 37, 30. Yeah. Right. But that game though, the Buccaneers defense was the biggest reason outside the Drew Brees kind of selling them to. Tom Brady and the offense, they play decent. I always tell Hamp, sometimes it ain't about you. Sometimes you just got to make sure that you don't make the mistakes, and that's pretty much what. At least what?
I couldn't tell.
Couldn't tell what?
I heard Brady this, Brady that.
From who? From who?
My timeline blowing.
So you ain't hearing that from me. I was telling. I was watching the game in Discord, and I was telling. I was like, look,
turnovers. I mean, it's all right.
Hey, and then what I told him before the playoffs started when he got COVID, I said, I'm telling you, Hamp, Devin White is a big difference maker on that defense. I'm trying to tell you. Devin White comes back, lurk that old man Drew Brees in that pick. Should have had a pick six. That stiff arm was violent.
It's looking like it's that Corner Davis. That's what it's looking like.
Nah, he's gotten better because look.
They front allows their secondary allows the Buccaneers to get away with that young secondary.
Yeah, how about to say it's the pressure Shaq Barrett and them, but they wasn't even getting pressure to Breeze like that.
Oh, yes, they was. They was getting there. They was getting there. They was sending heat.
Well, they were also blitzing too. I'm saying like just a 4-man.
Yeah, they was getting there. Yeah, like I said, man, that whole game, bro. Like Saints should have won that game.
The punt returns and all that stuff. The Cook fumble. The Saints kind of gagged that game more than the Bucks won it. I would say. And if the Buccaneers do that same stuff this week in Lambeau, they're gonna be going home to Tampa and not getting ready for the Super Bowl.
Hey. I need that. I also need that same energy, but I mean, we're looking forward to the rematch. Looking forward to it. But I mean, this game, like you said, man, they pretty much they lost the game, and that hurts, bro. Especially that was supposed to be Bree's last game. I thought Breeze was gonna go in there and light it up. That was his last game in the dome. Well, apparently now I don't know if that's his last game because now he's talking about he don't know if he retiring or not. Now
that's his last game, boy. If you don't get out of here with that,
too, I hate to go out like that too. But that was tough to see, bro. Like they was up, they was driving down the field, up a score. They could have won up 2 scores, maybe they could have won maybe 10, 14. And Cook just fun with the game. Well, that was the game right there. That just took their heart away right there. And Brady took advantage of the short fields, and he did what he was supposed to do.
What y'all think about that game?
It was a lot of people on the timeline talking about the Saints. I was just like, I don't see. I mean, y'all choked it. Y'all choked it away. Y'all had the game. Y'all choked it away. What's the problem? Breeze was being Breeze. Fuck him. Love him.
What you talking about? Nah, you done. You don't want to say nothing there. Go ahead.
What happened?
No, go ahead.
What you think about the game?
Another disappointment for the Saints fans. I feel like they've been going through it these last couple of years. But I'm really, I don't want to say disappointed, but I'm shocked at Drew Brees' performance. Just like Kid, I thought he was going to light it up. His last game, his last hurrah, and that occurred. He's still a Hall of Famer, but
are we really shocked at how he performed?
Him, the way he did, yeah, I was shocked, bro. I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, I was
that bad.
I'm wondering.
It was the worst quarterback on the roster this year.
Ain't been playing a little more.
Well, it was a gadget play. I ain't gonna lie, it was a gadget play. It was wide open.
I ain't think Breeze would go out like that though. That was bad. I've seen the Saints lose games. I ain't never seen them lose like that.
Nah. Say what you said before, kid. What it look like? Say what you said before.
I mean,
like Brett out there.
He say look like Favre out there.
Oh, relax, bro.
Nah, that's it. All right.
I feel like everybody acting so surprised. I mean, he didn't play well when the game that they still crying about against the Rams. He didn't play good in that game. And he got the ball in overtime first.
And threw the pick.
and threw the pick.
Bro,
So he been doing this.
INTs though.
He been doing it. He threw the pick in OT.
Guy, kid. He's not a playoff guy. He's a regular season warrior.
Is that where we at?
And you know what's crazy too? I don't want people to say, "Oh, well, he wasn't." No, he was in the dome too, so it wasn't no weather, none of that stuff. He a regular season person. Yeah. Tom Brady got the same amount of NFC wins as he does.
I didn't know he was there. I didn't know that's where we was at. Is that where we are?
Like he only got 8 wins against NFC opponents in the playoffs. Brady got 8 now, and Brady only been in NFC 1 year, so 2 games.
If we ain't there now, then when you supposed to be there? Because he done.
I'm gonna say he does. So.
I just find it odd because listen. I've been trying to tell y'all this for a while now. We been talking about Breeze better than Rodgers. I'm like, look, bro, like the man, what he did this and did that. Yeah, boy, unmute that mic. Yeah, this is your guy.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, nigga, you won. You got it. I was on that train, but I ain't know the system was that strong. I didn't know it was. Sean Payton had me fooled, just like Lamar. No, I'm fucking with you. Go ahead.
I think the league catching up to Sean Payton, bro. I just think he got to get back in that bag again. You know, Reed switched it up. He ended up, he still got it going over there in Kansas. I think Sean Payton will have to switch it up a little bit this offseason, though, because they still running like a kind of an old school offense where they just hike the ball. They don't really do no motions and stuff like that. It's real basic stuff. Like he used to come up with like some creative stuff before. Even that play with James, they took that from the Bears. Somebody said the one that they dropped, the one that boy jumped in. That was the same play that they got caught with. And, Sean Payton took that from the Bears, and so he got to go back in his bag, man. He got to reinvent his offense because I think the league is slowly starting to catch up with him.
It's getting players are getting faster, all that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to start doing more motion. No, that's why all the good quarterbacks now, outside of the Brady, Stafford, Phillips decent, Breeze decent. Outside those 4 guys who were, they've been in the league for 15, 20 years. Everybody else is pretty much mobile. I mean, even Rodgers, I wouldn't call him, mobile like Mahomes, but he got enough to, move around the pocket and everything. He got enough to get out there.
He ain't as mobile as he used to be. Yeah.
But he's still a little mobile. But yeah, moving on, man. We got a couple of coach hirings. We just do some quick thoughts and then we get to the playoff game because we've been talking about that last week. The Chargers signed the Rams defensive coordinator. Amp, if you're still there, I'll let you go first because me and you've been on the train about who should be the Chargers head coach. And I told you, I was like, Anthony Lane gonna get fired. And I said, you better bring in Eric Bieniemy, man.
Yeah, it's at this point, it's all about mind games because you already got Big Red shook. To me, they already shook when they played the Chargers.
That's probably why they want defense.
Defense ain't the problem, though. I think they just can't stay healthy on defense. That ain't where they needed the help at. The problem was the coaching decisions to end the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have went and got Bieniemy. That's where I'm at with it. The guy don't nobody want to give Bieniemy his credit until Mahomes throw 4 INTs. That's when everybody want to give him his credit. But Reed is a guru, is a quarterback guru. But Reed's decision making, he's always been questioned about his decision making. He just happens to have a Patrick Mahomes now.
And see, the thing that's going against Eric Bieniemy,
they saying the quarterback making the coach.
I don't know if it's that because I think Mahomes will make anybody look good right now.
That's what it sounds like. Right.
I was gonna say I think the thing that's going against AB, I'm not saying it's true or anything like that. First of all, you got this stupid rule. In my opinion, this is terrible. If you hire a minority GM or a coach, you got to give them a 3rd round draft pick. I think that's terrible.
2020 is a funny place, man.
Right, come on, like you take.
Wait, what's the rule?
It's a new rule that they made because of everything that's been happening in 2020 and all this stuff. Basically, if you hire a minority coach or GM, you get like an extra 3rd round pick or something like that.
I think that's terrible. Like that's gonna probably sway somebody. Like unless you like just like crazy good or something. I'm not saying that AB isn't, but like the Jets about to get a comp pick. I don't think it's for this year. It might be for the following year. For picking up
Salah, the defense coordinator for the 49ers.
And so, but to his credit, and I'm not trying to distinguish the two or anything like that, but he turned that defense was a monster. So he looking at it as EB got this thing going for him. He got this thing going against him. A, you got Andy Reid. B, they just had an offensive coordinator before that got hired that's trash. And Matt Nagy, in my opinion, I think it's garbage. So he probably got that going against him.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the uncertainty of is he a product of Mahomes and those weapons, or is that Andy Reid? And so
why is it that they only care now? Because Gates keep getting jobs.
I don't know.
Well, Gates got to have blackmail. He got to have blackmail. Ain't no way he about it. If he get the Seattle job,
getting jobs. Was the ex-Cowboys head coach? He probably about to get another head coach.
Jason Garrett. He was interviewing with the Chargers. Yeah,
he's probably gonna get another head coaching job before Bieniemy do. Like they only care when I don't get it.
It's crazy. And so
if that's the new rule, then that means the Falcons gonna get one too because they hired Saleh.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got
Saleh or is it Sally?
Saleh.
Nah.
Rob, call him Rob. Brown.
Oh, you talking about the Jets? You talking about the Jets, the 49ers DC?
Yeah, 49ers.
Yeah.
He went to the Falcons, right?
Nah, he went to the Jets. The Titans OC went to the Falcons.
Okay.
The Lions picked up some tight end coach. I don't know what that was all about.
Dan Campbell. I remember he played for the Cowboys with it. Yeah, I was like, what the?
I mean, I'll take it, but look.
He said, "I'll take it." Look at that trash division.
But I think at first I said he shouldn't take that Texans job, but that's the only one that's offering to him just based off of the fact that they really didn't have any plans on bringing him in to begin with. It took all this nonsense for them to even interview him now all of a sudden.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
I was about to disagree.
Why is it nonsense?
What? I'm saying
nonsense. That's how you refer to it. Why is it nonsense?
The nonsense between them and Watson. I said they didn't consider bringing him in until all that happened. So now it's like, all right, now we're gonna interview him. At first, I said he shouldn't take that job just because they wanted.
I don't think he should take it now.
I'm about to say I don't think he should take it now.
But I think if that's the only one offering, bro, I'll take that, boy.
Nah.
Okay, so
go ahead, Ham. Go ahead, Ham. We talked about it before.
Here's my thing. I get that they really don't be hiring black dudes to be head coaches like that, and when they do, they get 2 years to turn a train wreck into a smaller train wreck, and then they get fired. But I'm not taking that job. That's a terrible job.
You think the Texas job is that bad? Like roster
terrible.
They don't have any picks, and they don't have anybody that they're paying on the roster right now, and they're about to cut J.J. Watt.
See, Watson
is the free agent, unrestricted. Who has he's banned for 2 games to start the next year. It's a terrible job. The quarterback doesn't want to be there, or he's not happy. I don't even know if he's to the point where he don't want to be there, but he's not happy.
Right.
And I don't really think there's a lot they could do to fix it because the quarterback be happy, but then the head coach gonna have a chip because you only he had to do all this for you to even give me an interview. They didn't even interview him.
Right. That's where I was at. That's where I was at in the beginning. But I'm like, damn, bro. If they act like, I mean, look, I think if he can go in there with Watson, I think they could turn that thing around. Him and Watson, they could figure that out.
I mean, what if they trade Watson and got a couple picks?
They ain't gonna trade him. They ain't gonna trade Watson.
They ain't gonna trade him. For one, you gonna spend if you trade him, you risk because you don't have any unless you're gonna get the only trade that makes sense is the Dolphins, and Dolphins already said they're not giving that pick back. So that's the only trade that makes sense. You would have to get multiple first-round picks this year. I don't think that's going to happen for them because if you don't, you're going to spend the next 3, 4, possibly 5 years trying to find your franchise quarterback all over again.
Now, yeah, so I agree with that. Like he already knew what I was going to say when it comes to Eric Bieniemy and the hiring stuff. K-Spade, shout out to him and everything. He always said before him and LaParis. Like sometimes these black coaches got to stop taking these terrible jobs. Like, all right,
even with Watson on the roster, you don't take that risk.
In the first place, they're only doing this because Deshaun is throwing a fit, and
that's where I was in the beginning. But now that it's only the Eagles, and I think the Eagles and the Texans job is the only one that's open now.
I chill, get a ring. I chill and keep running the empire, keep running the dynasty. I'll do that.
He was waiting. I mean, look, I thought he was gonna wait for Andy Reid to get up out of there, and then they promote within. That's what I thought.
You don't know if Big Red might retire in the next couple of years or so.
And Reid ain't gonna leave Mahomes, bro.
Look at Josh McDaniels. He left Brady one time and said, "I ain't never doing this again."
Reid might mess around and be a damn 60-year-old coach. How old is he now?
He over 60. I was saying, coaches are old, bro.
Andy Reid, I think he in the 70s. Matter of fact, he up there with Bill, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's 62, bro.
Yeah, he did. He was on that old Packers rock.
He's 62. Belichick 68. Yeah, not that far. But yeah, I'm not taking that job if
it's it's not. I say it's a bad job, not just because of everything that's going on, which is a lot. The owners are pieces of trash. Right. Like it's ass from top to bottom. And then when you look at that division, they're damn near the worst team in that division that's getting better. The Colts and the Titans are still going to be the Titans. I think there's a question mark on, but they got potential to be going head to head with the Colts to run that division for the next 5 years.
What if they're not trying to win right now? What if they're trying to rebuild?
If the Jags get right before the Texans, that's going to be real
bad. You talking about if the Texans are trying to rebuild?
Yeah, I don't see them winning. Even if they keep Watson, I don't see them coming out the division or winning it for a while. So what if they just try to rebuild and trade Watson, get a couple picks?
Yeah, they're going to rebuild, and after 2 years, they're going to fire him. And while they're almost about to be at that point, they'll get another coach, and then he'll look. I'm not doing that.
No, I feel you on that. I've seen something.
Right. Because, kid, think about it. If they don't want you, the littlest thing that you do wrong, they're going to get rid of you. Like, so what?
The owners that are already terrible already feel like they had to go get you. They didn't want you. They had to go get you.
If they giving Watson, like I said, I don't know what's going on, bro. Like, the whole Watson thing, I always said, look, that thing is crazy right now, how bad it is. But if they giving Watson that kind of power, then I don't know, bro. I don't know. I feel you though.
If he ain't getting it, who else is? Because it sounds like JJ Watt is agreeing with him.
JJ might be out of it.
Well, JJ been out of there. JJ was out of there. JJ's out of there before this.
JJ's out of there. JJ, they moved JJ this offseason. Then is he a free agent or is he got like a year?
He got 1 more year left, but it's a non-guaranteed contract.
Guaranteed money is paid, so they can save it.
If they put JJ Watt, then the writing is on the wall.
Yeah, JJ Watt only got 1 more year left on his deal, and it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, get him up out there.
And then that's the other thing. How many black coaches survive a rebuild? That the rebuild gonna take 2, 3, 4 years. How many of them gonna survive that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, he ain't gonna survive that. We talking about rebuild. He ain't about to survive that.
That's a bad situation. If you're talking about that job 2 years from now and it's looking better,
it's funny how they go about it though, because they'll let you go and then they'll see you do good. Like Todd Bowles getting looks now. Todd Bowles, Leslie Frazier now he getting looks again. He's the coach the Vikings. I think he's looking at that Eagles job, if I'm not mistaken. This is crazy how that plays out.
Yeah, Tabo's. They also said McDaniels is interested in that.
I don't think the only job McDaniels gonna be able to get is that Patriots job.
It's gonna be it's the Eagles job.
Nah, man, he stay with the Patriots, bro.
I'm being serious. They said the Eagles because they said what they want is they want a coach to pretty much guarantee them can he fix Carson Wentz. And it was like him and like another offensive coordinator so that they feel like they can work with Carson Wentz because Carson going to have to stay there for the next 2 years. He taking up half the cap.
I still feel like McDaniels messed himself up with the coach job.
He did, but he did, but it is what it is. But
all right.
But yeah, man. Going on that, let's talk about these last games and then we can get up out of here. So let's start with the AFC, man. Chiefs, Bills.
Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Y'all got the last game, brother. What you doing?
Man, we not worried about that, bro. That's not the big story, bro. We're not worried about that.
I thought we was gonna start with the afternoon game, bro. What you doing?
Nah, we're not. We saving the best for last.
You're right. Save the best for last. Right.
Yes, Brady's best, so we're saving it for last. Chiefs, Bills. Who you got, Hamp?
Give me the Bills.
Oh man,
I rock with the Bills. You knew what it was. If you thought I was going to come here and pick Big Red, you are sadly mistaken. Get them all out of here.
Oh man,
as if they don't get help from the refs. They already good. Now they got the refs looking out for them. I don't like none of that. And I'm probably not going to watch the game, even though I want to, just because every time I watch the game, some nonsense happens.
Oh man, not say it ain't so.
Bro, last time I watched Kansas City's when they played the Patriots. We already know what happened.
Yeah. I agree.
After this, is that really how y'all felt about the Patriots still all them years? Because I really don't. The Chiefs stuff, I'm like, it is what it is.
Listen, man, it was kind of bad.
Packers get that too. We get that referees and Rodgers refs and all this other nonsense.
We know y'all got the refs. Y'all Lambo leaping.
For a team that don't get no calls, and then you watch a team play that get all the calls every game. It's kind of crazy.
Y'all get a lot of no calls. A bunch of people injuring my guys for Super Bowl runs.
We get a lot of penalties, nonsense, late hits, just for wrapping a guy up.
Tell that to Gronkowski's knee.
Relax. That guy don't even like us no more. Get him out of here too.
Who you got, Iconic?
My heart says the Bills, but my mind says the Chiefs. I definitely want the Bills to win. You know, shout out to the Bills organization. They was donating to Lamar and his mom's charity.
Yeah.
Got hurt. Big respect for them to doing that. You know, it's always good to help people that's in need. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, give me the Bills. Even though I'm not gonna lie, I think Mahomes and Rodgers Super Bowl that you know, if you want an offensive shootout, if you're that kind of guy,
don't want that.
I don't know, man. I think that'd be pretty cool, but give me the Bills, man.
Could be a passing of the torch. Could be. Could be.
I mean, could be.
Could be, man.
That torch been passed.
Oh, hey, sir. It ain't passed just yet. My guy just got it back.
What you mean? What?
He had to remind Mahomes. Not yet, young brother. Not yet.
He got it back. He get nothing back.
Not yet, brother.
Oh my God, this guy's funny. Who you got, kid?
Anyway, look, this game. Wait, honestly, I don't know how this game is going to go because see the Chiefs, man, they get up on cats, man. They remind me of a team I know. They get up on cats and they just start lollygagging around, start playing all different, bringing teams back in the game, and then it's a close game again. Could have lost to the Browns, which is crazy. Could have lost to the Browns. Another game that they let slip. But with that being said, I'm gonna roll with the Chiefs, bro. Just I'm gonna roll with the Champs, bro. I'm gonna roll with them until they lose, unless they play my team if we match up. But
yeah.
I got the Chiefs. Chiefs at home. I got them.
I'm rolling with the Chiefs too. I can't.
And you see what they're doing. You see what they're trying to do, right?
That's State Farm, bro. You see that?
I've seen a quarterback that needs so much help and so much narrative to perform. They're trying to set it up so they don't know if he gonna play this week, and he's in concussion part. That moment he playing.
I told my boy that he tried to say, is Mahomes playing? He's still in the protocol. I said, look, he's playing. They was like, what if he's not? I said, look, he's playing. He's going to get cleared.
To play.
I was like, he's
nice like that.
All right.
Like,
but now
what needs to be understood is the Browns secondary been asked all year because they banged up and they don't have they secondary is not very good.
Yes,
they just been performing when they needed to.
Yeah, I'm
Bills ain't riding like that.
Yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs on this one, man. Let's go to the game of the year potentially. You know, everybody been watching. You know, wanting this game for a minute. 12 Bowl. Wish we could have got in the Super Bowl, but you know, some people can't make it there. So Brady had to come to the NFC and get it done. NFC Championship.
Brady couldn't get there because he lost to the Jets. Go ahead.
So 1 year out of 6. Okay. But yeah, man, Aaron Rodgers been asking for this for about a decade. Been asking for the come through Lambeau. It's supposed to snow, right? A little bit.
I don't know if it's gonna be snowing like that. They said it's gonna be snowing. I don't know if it's gonna be snowing during the game. It's gonna be cold though. That it will be.
So, Iconic. Who you rolling with?
Got the Packers winning by like multiple touchdowns. Man.
Ooh, I like that.
I don't see the Bucks defense handling Rodgers and the Packers. And then you know the Packers defense, you know they playing well with their number one corner over there, Alexander. And shout out to Zadarius Smith. You know,
talk about it.
We out the postseason, so you know I would like to see him get a ring. You know, but yeah, I see the Packers winning by multiple touchdowns.
Okay, we got him.
What was the course of that first game when they played?
Irrelevant.
What was the course of that first game?
It was irrelevant.
How many catches did Devontae have in that game?
Irrelevant.
Talk about him. You said he was.
I didn't realize that Davis was locking down so many top tier receivers like that in the NFC.
Crazy? You know what's crazy?
I didn't know till yesterday.
You said he was in Pelican Bay?
I don't know if it was Pelican Bay. I didn't know he didn't have a catch on him.
You know what's crazy?
He didn't have a catch that game.
Adams is coming back from injury. It was
and that was coming. No.
They listen. What you seen in week 6, which is like 3 months ago, you seen in week 6 is irrelevant to what's happening now. We only run the same offense. That offense is different. We didn't run our game plan again.
Are y'all better stopping the run now?
Man, they've been stopping the run since what? Who's the last team?
Against who?
Dalvin Cook against the Vikings. That's the last time we got gas on the ground.
Is that the only one? Is that the only worthy name?
I'm telling you, they haven't gave up 100-yard rusher in weeks.
The Bucs don't have 100-yard rusher.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying they're going to get over 100 yards. It just ain't going to be all one person.
Look, we'll see. I mean, look, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, you would think it's a game where it's cold. You know, they might run it a little bit more.
I mean, I'm saying they'll run it, but I'm saying like Fournette ain't going. I don't see Fournette getting 100. I see him getting like 80. Rojo's get like 70, like that.
It ain't gonna
be Evans healthy.
I'll tell you that now. Ain't gonna be no 78. I'll tell you that.
Shoot, I mean, he gonna be as healthy as he gonna be. At this point, everybody banged up, so
it ain't gonna be no 70, 80. I'll tell you that now.
I'm picking the Buccaneers.
Thank you.
No,
yeah, thank you,
man. I'm picking the pack. You know, everybody always know the Packers. They should win this game. Team is better. Defense is better.
Yes.
Offense looks better.
Yeah.
Packers should win this game easy. Yeah. But y'all know my rule, my motto. Long as Tom Brady's underneath center and it's the playoffs too, I will never bet against them. Bro, regardless of what the score is, I will never bet against them.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm picking the Buccaneers, but I don't think it's gonna be a blowout by any means.
So no, it ain't gonna be no blowout.
It ain't gonna be a good game for sure.
I think it's gonna be a blowout.
I kind of might be talking. I don't know.
I think it's gonna be.
I think if it is a blowout, it ain't gonna be good.
Nah, you're right. It ain't gonna be good. You're right. It ain't gonna be good.
Just make sure y'all motion him away from that Davis boy.
Look,
just like they did Ramsey.
We're gonna play our game. We're gonna do what we've been doing all season. We didn't do that game. I'm trying to listen. The Buccaneers showed us to bag that game, and now
defense.
Then now we know what to expect. There's a difference now. We at home. We not in Tampa where it's 80 degrees. It's gonna be 20 degrees out there. We gonna see them boys got that same heart when they inside the dome or when they.
Did Devin White play in that first game?
He played the first game. He was out there.
Yes, but he's better now.
Okay. We gonna see if they got that heart because this will be what their first cold game of the season. If I'm not mistaken, the coldest game that they played was probably against Washington. And how did they look? They almost lost to a third string quarterback. They almost lost to that guy. All right.
He played out his damn mind. We're not about to do that.
I don't care.
That motherfucker played out of his damn mind.
Out of his mind with no Devin White.
They go out there. Devin White shouldn't have made that much of a difference against third string quarterback. If he made that much of a difference where they almost lost to third string, give him defensive player of the year. He the defensive player of the year if that's what it took for them to have that. All I'm saying is Packers going there. They do what they're supposed to do. They're not going to lose. They're not going to lose. They play their A game. They're not going to lose. But it should be a good game. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, should be a great game. But yeah, man. So let's get these clippers of the week out, and then we done.
Go ahead.
My offensive clippers of the week. I mean, ain't nobody really on offense like that, so it was kind of low scoring. I'm gonna give it to Chad Henne though. Chad Henne came in the game, clutched it up, man. Shout out to him. And then defense, give it to Devin White, man. That lurker interception, bro. I don't know if y'all saw the mic up, but he called it. He told the coach, he said, I'm about to go make a play. And as the play is going on, he said, up top, I got it. Bang! Elvis took it to the crib. Shout out Devin White. But that's my Clippers of the week.
Defensively, I give it to Devin White as well. He balled out. That was a good game from Devin. That was the best game of his career. Back home and he probably was amped up for that game.
I mean, he had a couple better games probably at LSU, but other than that,
we ain't talking about college, sir. We said career.
We ain't
talking about football career. We talking about pro career, sir.
Right.
That was the best game of his career. He balled out. He looked it real good. I give it to Devin White on the offense. I mean, on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, man, I want to give it to my running backs, man. They just kept pounding the ball. They just kept giving it to them rounds. Just kept giving it to them. Jamal Williams, AJ, they just doing their thing, man. So I'm gonna give it to my running backs.
You didn't give it to Devontae?
Nah, man, I don't need that one. Listen, that wasn't an Adams game. That was
I see.
You can see all you want to.
Kid love using that. It wasn't his game, but when I said about Brady, nah, he was just trash.
Adams wasn't trash. It just won this game.
And that's what I said with Brady. That's what I be saying with Brady. Sometimes
it's down.
An elite corner kind of make it that way, won't it?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That boy was running away. You saw he got that touchdown.
Hey, no one told them boys to stupidly go play man on the 1 yard line. That was a dumb. You heard Rodgers break it down.
If the right guy bumped out, it's covered. If the right guy bumped out, that might be a pick six.
Rodgers said, "Look,
it might be a fumble six because Rodgers gonna have to hold on to that."
Listen to what Rodgers said. He described that play on your boy podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He said the corner. He said he moved back or moved up or something. He noticed something, so he knew he was gonna be open.
Hey, he said the most thing, but didn't you say before on the Lazard? He said he calling plays, and then he said on the podcast too he wasn't calling the play. So I mean, what are we doing here? Calling the defense.
Look, I mean, we ain't gonna act like that ain't the only catch that Adams caught Jalen with. He did shake his ass. He tried to play it off like he
was Jalen playing outside? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he shook him. Then Alan Lazard caught a 2nd and 17 on him. But we don't talk about that. The man gave him 55. Look, the man was targeted 5 times, 5 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown. Carry him.
55 yards, bro.
Hey, that's a good game. It's a good game. But you know who gave it -3? You know who gave it -3?
So you gonna talk about Jair
Alexander? Carry on.
Against Jared Goff. You happy?
With no Jared Goff with no Cooper Kupp.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jared Goff was decent that game. He wasn't bad. He was all right. He was good.
Mm-hmm. With no Cooper Kupp, right? Packers was damn near 100%. Right? Rams came in there limping.
Listen, it wouldn't matter. They weren't attacking his side of the field. He's an island. They did not attack his side of the field, bro.
So you're saying he don't travel is what you're saying?
He don't need to travel. You don't need to travel. You got the same effect. You don't need to travel. I'll take a zone corner over a man corner any day.
Wait, what?
I'll take a zone corner over a man corner any day. You can beat man. It's easy to beat man, but you got a solid zone. You're taking away a side of the field.
He wants
I don't know. Y'all dropping nose guards in zones. I don't really know about all that.
I don't know. Your boy Baldy was gassing it up. I ain't like that.
He ain't gassing it up.
He was gassing up.
Baldy be tripping sometimes.
I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to see that, man. Don't gas that up, Baldy. Man might see this shit. He might try to do it again. That's it. Anybody else?
You get your plays of the week, Iconic?
I think I'm gonna give my my offensive Clippers to I guess I get him Clippers to Diggs. He got his trash time 100 yards.
Oh
No. We not doing that here.
Listen,
hey, let me know if we there. I'm there with you.
Listen, we give it to Diggs because they won the game. I was expecting so much more from that passing offense. Is the way people was talking. Defensively, I'm gonna give it. What's the? I can't think of. Is it Tyron Johnson, the one that caught the pick six from Lamar?
I think it's Tyshawn
Johnson, something like that. He caught the 101-yard pick six. I'm gonna give it to him. That was a hell of a play. That's a hell of a play. That's really what changed the game. Before I think that helped. Let me rephrase that. That helped change the game, and then Lamar coming out changed the game to pretty much end it.
Crazy. They gave him a concussion to end. That's crazy, dog.
And it was crazy because the same thing happened to Mahomes.
Mahomes had never hit the ground though.
His neck got twisted. It said a pinched nerve from his neck getting twisted is what caused the concussion.
Yeah,
which that might be worse than just falling on your back of your head.
So they've been diagnosed it not as a concussion, but he had to go through the protocol because he got symptoms. I think that's how they.
And I get it.
When he couldn't stand up, I knew it was around. I'm like, bro, if they didn't bring back Lamar, who looked it fine, leaving. Well, not say that he.
As soon as they said he went to the back and he's now in concussion protocol, when it was still third quarter, I knew he wasn't coming back. There's no way they could put him back in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I was just like, Jesus. I mean, the defense will have to score for us to have a chance, but that's when I was like, yeah.
Y'all quarterback ain't do too bad for what
Yeah, there's a third string quarterback.
That's why I'm getting ready.
But he looks like he's a rookie. He looked like an undrafted rookie, and it is what it is. I watched him at I think he played at
Utah,
Utah State or something like that. Huntley, he's solid. He's solid. He looks more like Lamar than RG3 does.
They love them brothers down there in Baltimore. They love
I think that's what they've been looking for. I think that's what I was looking for. They was kind of looking to get that going. They've always wanted a mobile quarterback that they could mold into what they wanted to do. He looks like Lamar when it's read option and RPO. He just needs some work throwing the ball. But he was an undrafted rookie, so I think for what he was and what it had what the stage was and what was on the line, I think he played really well.
Yeah, shout out to him, and he almost had a touchdown too. I think the win might have.
But guess who dropped it though?
Nah, he didn't drop it. No, I talking about the drop.
Okay.
Talking about the overthrow.
Yeah, the fourth down.
Yeah. That was bad. That was a bad one. But I mean, I wasn't. I'm okay with it. Is where I'm at with it. I was alright with it.
That's it, man. That's it.
Well, with that being said, like I always appreciate everybody coming. We probably got maybe 1 or 2 more of these left for the rest of the season, and then we up out of here. So, like I said, this has been a crazy year so far. We're now in the championship game. Appreciate everybody that continues to come through and check these out. If you want to check on my guys' channels and they social media links, make sure y'all check the description below. And with that, we up out of here, y'all.